guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm sorry this video is coming a little bit late. I have been super busy just filming everything and a lot going on in my life right now. So I'm finally able to sit down and film this for you guys. It's been a long time coming. I feel like I haven't really ever done a Q&A on my channel, and with an influx of new subscribers, I want to let you guys know a little bit about me and answer some of your questions that you guys may have. So first of all, thank you for 20,000 subscribers. Some of you guys have been here since literally day one, since I've had like less than 1,000, maybe even less than 500 subscribers. I know some of you have been around since the OG days, and for that I am sorry. I'm sorry you had to suffer through that for me to get to this point. But some of my old videos, I mean, some of them are privated and deleted now, but I used to do like more film reviews. That was where I wanted my channel to go, and I would just watch reactions in my downtime, but I soon realized that I hate listening to myself talk about movies on camera. I'd rather just sit down and have a back and forth with somebody about a movie in real life. So it's weird talking to a camera and not having like a conversation about it. So I actually was suggested, or what was suggested to me by somebody on my Patreon, was to open up a Discord, because that is some way that we could chat and have a back and forth with each other and not have it be so one-sided. So that is something that I'm maybe looking to do in the future. Who knows? I have no idea. I have to look more into Discord because I don't really know what it is right now. I know people connect that to their Twitch sometimes, so I have to look into that. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys for 20,000 subscribers. Here's to 20,000 more. I never thought that I would get to even 10,000, so that was a lot for me. So any extra subscribers are just very much welcomed here, and I hope that I have been pumping out some content that you guys like, and I will continue to do that. So yeah, with that very long intro, let's finally get into some of your guys' questions. I think what I'm gonna do is, instead of trying to read some of your names, because some of them are hard to, your usernames are hard to read, I'm just gonna display the question that I am answering on the screen, and I'll read it out loud, obviously. So yeah, sorry, my throat has been a little bit sore lately, so I'm sorry if I sound gross. But yeah, let's get into this. Someone asked your top 5 favorite TV shows of all time, or 5 shows that you are currently watching. I actually have a list on my notes. Funny that you ask. I have a list on my notes of my favorite movies and my favorite TV shows, my favorite books, whatever. Like, I have this big list. You can't really see it. And I haven't updated it in a while. I have like Letterboxd now for movies. But what I have here listed for my favorite shows, and this is updated as per like 2 weeks ago, because I rewatched Breaking Bad with my girlfriend because she hadn't seen it, and I was like, oh my god, you have to watch Breaking Bad. And I also wanted to rewatch it. And rewatching Breaking Bad, I think Breaking Bad has to be my #1 of all time. Like, nothing I think will ever beat that level of writing, that level of just so, I can't describe it in words. It's just so expert. It's such a masterpiece of a show. #2, I have Westworld, actually. So a lot of people didn't really like Westworld season 3, but I really enjoyed Westworld. Rewatching it and actually understanding it that first season, again, masterful writing, really good. It also helps that Christopher Nolan is my favorite director, and his brother wrote Westworld, and I'm pretty sure Christopher Nolan had something to do with it, like maybe helped write the script or whatever. So yeah, 3, I have it Lost. Lost is #3 on my list. That is actually a close call between Westworld and Lost, because Lost has been my favorite show, or one of my favorite shows, since like I was younger. I remember me and my brother would watch Lost religiously, and we actually put off watching the last episode because we did not want it to end. Like, if there is one show that somebody asks me, can you erase your memory and rewatch that show? Lost. Hands down, Lost. I wish I could erase my memory and rewatch that show, because nothing is like that very first experience. So yeah. 4, I have as Game of Thrones. Very controversial, I know, but I don't care what anybody says about the last season. The last season was not enough for me to hate the entire show. I'm sorry I'm giving like my full review of these shows, but I feel like, you know, the more I talk, the better, I guess, about the shows. So, and then #5 I have is The Office / Parks and Rec. That was just like, I wanted to include a funny show. If I actually had to change it, I would probably change it to Curb Your Enthusiasm if I had to include a top 5 there. Those are just like my that's like my concrete list of 5 that never changes. If I had to do 5 that I like really reacted to, I would probably do, and this changes all the time, in no particular order: Vikings, The Last Kingdom, Peaky Blinders, Black Sails. Well, I guess that would be the order that I would do it in. Definitely Vikings is probably at number 1 just because the emotions that went into it. Last Kingdom, again, great writing. That was probably close to number 1. Peaky Blinders is amazing, and then Black Sails would follow behind that. It's so hard. Actually, you know, this is my list, and this is in order of the shows that I've reacted to if I had to rank them. Vikings, The Last Kingdom. No. I like The Expanse so much too. Vikings. This is so hard. Vikings, The Last Kingdom, The Expanse, Peaky Blinders, Black Sails. That's what I would say as of right now. The Boys, that would be number 6, I guess. But favorite has to go to Vikings. It just has such a special place in my heart. All these other shows have had such great moments, and I'm very connected to them as well, but nothing like Vikings. Nothing will ever have that level of love in my heart as Vikings did. Alright, I just spent like 5 minutes answering that question, so let's speed things up here. I'd like to know what you study, and by the way, could you take a look at his Dark Materials, and congrats for 20K. Well, thank you. Right now I am currently studying criminology and criminal justice at school. Not too sure what I want to do with that. I've gone back and forth with whether or not I want to be more on the law enforcement side of things or more like the science aspect of it, you know, just like forensics and stuff. I lean more towards science just in my regular life, and law enforcement doesn't really call to me. I'm like 5'4", 100 pounds. Don't know if I would be the best police officer, if we're being honest here. So I think that maybe the science aspect would be more of what I would like to do. So yeah, I just got to get my foot in the door and get that process going, because I am graduating this semester. This upcoming semester is my last one. So yeah, and then I'm off into the real world doing criminal justice shit. Second part of your question about his Dark Materials, I have been recommended that by a lot of people actually that watch my videos. Don't know what it's about. So if you're watching this right now and you want to drop a comment about what it's about, I could very easily look it up. I'm just filming right now, so I don't want to eat up my camera's battery, but yeah, a lot of people have recommended that to me. Is that the German show that people are recommending? I think Dark is the German show that people recommend to me, that's about like time, and it fucks around with time and stuff like that. That seems interesting to me. I don't know if I would react to that, because I think people would get so pissed off at me for not understanding it, because with those kind of shows, like with Westworld, oh my god, I'm so glad I did not film reactions to Westworld, because I fully didn't understand season 1 the first time I watched it, like at all. I see some of these people that just understand it, and I fully watched every single second of that first season, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? I had no idea. No idea. So, I don't know how people do it. But yeah, I will definitely check it out once I finish, you know, all of the shows that I have got going on right now. I will put it on my list. Every show that you guys recommend to me, I put on my list. So Drew said, just want to say congrats, you make great content. Thank you, Drew. I know you have been around for quite some time too, so shout out to Drew. He's been around since the OG days. Okay. Carly, hope all is well. One of my favorite reactors. You do such a great job. My question is, how much did you like the cliffhangers on The Expanse? It seems like they're getting worse nowadays, honestly. Season 3, I think, is when I personally remember the cliffhangers getting really bad. It almost seems like they get worse and worse every episode. And now with this season, season 5, the stakes are so big that it's every single episode is a cliffhanger. Even if it's an unintentional cliffhanger, it's a cliffhanger because I want to know what happens in the next episode. So everything is pretty much a cliffhanger in Expanse season 5. So season 4 had some pretty brutal ones too, but a lot of the shows that I've watched just have brutal cliffhangers, but especially The Expanse. I think The Expanse might be the worst one with the cliffhangers, just because of how action-packed every single episode is. Like, you are shocked when it ends. Or at least I am. So, yeah. Okay, congratulations on 20k subs. I love your Vikings reactions. Can't wait till Vikings starts again. I also enjoy your gaming videos. Would you be able to possibly stream gameplay in the future? First of all, thank you. And yeah, at this point Vikings wasn't out. Now it is out, and I'm very much enjoying the new season of Vikings. But in terms of gaming videos, so my gaming like capture card that I have is the Elgato, which I think allows you to stream. I think it allows you to stream on Twitch. Not too sure how that would work on YouTube. I don't think that would work on YouTube. In the future, probably in the far future, that is a possibility. I just wanted to test my gameplay with the whole Spider-Man Miles Morales thing, and I figured out that it worked. I mean, I had so many wires set up. You should have seen it in here. It looked like a computer lab, but it worked. And I got it to work, and I mean, people watched him, so that is something that I definitely want to do in the future with future games that come out. I didn't want to do it with Cyberpunk. I was thinking about doing it with Cyberpunk, but that's just a really long game, and that's kind of a game that I want to just like chill in my bed and relax and watch or play. So some games are like that, but yeah, that's definitely a possibility to stream games in the future. I don't know if it's a near future possibility, but definitely at some point that would be something that I would like to do. Yes. Lewis says, love your channel. I followed along on almost all of your reactions. Expanse is right around the corner. Thank you, Lewis. I really appreciate how much or how long certain people have been around here and how much they follow along. It's kind of cool because I used to watch Reactors too before I actually became one, and watching them from the beginning of a show to an end of a show, it's like a journey. So yeah, I appreciate that a lot. So, Abbas said, again, I said I was not going to pronounce these people's names, but whatever. Abbas said, congrats, my dear, get busy for December 16th on Amazon Prime. Again, this was 4 weeks ago. This was before Expanse actually ended up coming out, so a little late on this Q&A. I'm very sorry about that. So, yeah. Jezzy Bella says, congrats, I know we've got the Expanse and Final Vikings eps coming out, but do you have any idea what you'll be reacting to next? With the girlfriend joining in on those, because you guys threw out some crazy shit with Haunting. It was fabulously amusing. Also, it's not a question, but I really think we should have more Marley next year. They've been a good pupper, we've been loyal followers, and it's what we deserve, to be honest. Well, guess what? Got a surprise for you. She's very sleepy, and she needs a haircut, but yeah. Sometimes, you know, she chills in my reactions in the background, and she's a very tired pup, if you cannot tell. And she's probably very angry at me right now from stealing her from the bed and forcing her to join in on one of my videos right now. Right? She's literally a teddy bear. Like, she's so chill. She's me in dog form. I feel very connected to my dog. And I appreciate all the comments about my dog because she's my pride and joy. And I love her. And I'm going to let her return to her nap because she's probably very pissed off. But yeah. Thank you for appreciating my dog. Yeah, in terms of future reactions that I want to do, Lucifer I think is the next one that's going to be on my list. I'm trying to get my girlfriend on board. It is a longer commitment than Haunting of Bly Manor, because Haunting of Bly Manor was only 1 season, so Lucifer is a show, so we would have to film it together. We're with each other a lot, but it is hard when, you know, you live separate lives and you have jobs and shit going on in your regular life, plus school starting up again soon. So Lucifer, that is, if I had to say one show that you guys could look forward to, Lucifer, whether I react to it alone or with Aurora. I was going to do a poll, but I think Sons of Anarchy was really close to winning the last one, and Sons of Anarchy is just a long show. That is a show that I need to watch when I have no other shows committed, you know, no other shows to watch. So I think Lucifer is going to be next, and then maybe like a side show that's a little bit easier. Killing Eve, that is the one that I want to react to, definitely with my girlfriend. So yeah, those 2 shows are probably the next on the list, unless another show comes about. The Mandalorian I also haven't seen, and I know that is like crazy popular amongst reactors. I just don't know what the copyright situation is on that. I've seen a lot of people get flagged and copyrighted, so I do not want that to happen to me. I've already had so much shit to deal with copyright that I do not think I could go through that again. I also was going to react to WandaVision, still kind of debating that. I don't think that's going to happen either. That's just going to be something that I watch on my own time. Yeah, I also saw a lot of people recommended Queen's Gambit, and me and my girlfriend are actually watching that right now. We're on episode 4, and it is really, really good. I wasn't aware of the copyright situation on Queen's Gambit as well, so that is, again, why I didn't just react to it. Haunting of Bly Manor I had planned to react to alone, but then I was like, you know what, I watched this with my girlfriend. We watched the first season together and she loved it, and I wanted to invite her to do it. It's my passion and I wanted her to like sit in with me. So yeah, Lucifer, Killing Eve, look forward to that, and then maybe Mandalorian in the future. Mandalorian will probably be towards whenever the next season of that comes out though, so the hype is a little bit higher, and maybe the copyright situation will get figured out with the show, so I don't know what the copyright situation is. So yeah. Okay. Do you watch any reaction videos on your own time? Are there any specific channels that inspired you to start? Of course. Anybody that you see on my channel that is listed under like my channels list that I've linked, I watch. Sith Furion, I can remember in the early days when I started Vikings, I would watch all of his reactions, even if I didn't watch the show. Who inspired me to actually make a channel though? Hogwarts Reacts, I would have to say. I was really big into Game of Thrones reactions, and I feel like Game of Thrones was really the show that kind of started this whole reaction video concept with the Red Wedding and everything. So I would watch Hogwarts Reacts, I would watch George Alexander, American Mom. Oh god, it just brings back memories because I remember watching all the reactions to like all these shows. Blind Wave, that's like a big one. In terms of like other reactors that I watch more, Just So Shayla, I haven't actually been able to watch her reactions lately because I don't watch any of the stuff that she watches. So hopefully with like Lucifer, once I get started on that, reacting to that, I could watch some of her reactions to that. Seska Says is another one. Again, I only watch like select reactions of hers because I don't watch Doctor Who, I don't watch like a lot of the shows that she does. Nikki and Steven react. They're awesome. I remember when I had like, I think I was at like 5,000 subscribers, or maybe it was 10,000, but I got the email notification that Nikki and Steven had subscribed to me, and I freaked the hell out because I don't think anybody that I followed that like I look up to as reactors have ever followed me. So getting that follow and getting that like confirmation that I was starting to make it a little bit in the YouTube universe, that was great. I love Nikki and Steven react. They are like top tier. Like they know what they're doing. They know what they are very aware of how to be content creators and how to capitalize on that, and they're just good at it. They are good, and their reactions are very entertaining. So those people I would say I watched the most. Expanse reactions, I took your guys' recommendations and I watched Scriptonite, I watched Carmen, a lot of people. All of these channels will be linked in the description too. Anybody that I've spoken about will be linked below because I do want you guys to go check them out. But yeah, anybody that's like listed on my YouTube channel page, I watch. I'm trying to think of other people that I really watch. That's really it in terms of like my little YouTube reactor universe. I don't know if any of these people watch me, but I think they're pretty cool. So yeah. Oh, Jimmy Macram, he's another one. Jimmy Macram is so underrated. If you guys aren't already subscribed to him, like go watch his videos. He's awesome. Blind Wave, I already said that. Blind Wave is doing Lost, and they just started The Expanse, so that's pretty awesome. I can't really think of anybody else. If you guys have any recommendations for like new reactors or what shows they're watching, like drop that below. I'm always down to watch new people and expand my little community universe, whatever you want to call it here. So yeah, congrats in advance on 20K, Carly. I'm curious about whether you're currently into any particular musical genre / artist / band. I listen to pretty much anything. My girlfriend has got me into like that really indie music vibe. I can't really name these artists off the top of my head, so let me go to my Spotify and I will name some for you. Oh, Fleetwood Mac. Oh, I love Fleetwood Mac. Fleetwood Mac would probably be like my comfort music whenever like I'm in a bad mood, even in a good mood, just very diverse. I love listening to Fleetwood Mac. They are definitely high up on my list. Any type of music that is like Han. Han is really good. Honne. They are really good. Who else? Willow Smith makes some pretty good music. Jaden Smith, for that matter, makes some pretty good music. I'm just looking at some of my playlists and like what's on it. Catfish and the Bottlemen, Kings of Leon, amazing. Love Kings of Leon. Hozier, I don't really listen to. There's a few songs on here. Hozier. Kid Cudi, I just listened to his new album. That was really, really good. Really good album if you're into that kind of music. I would definitely recommend going to listen to that. Taylor Swift's new album is pretty good too, Evermore. So yeah, again, like, I listen to a lot of stuff. If you want me to keep naming what I listen to or what's on here. Rex Orange County, King Princess, Claro, if that rings a bell. Tosh Sultana, if you guys haven't listened to Tosh Sultana, come on, she's amazing. Who else? Sticky Fingers. Oh, that's like summer vibes for me. Our Sticky Fingers. Let's see what else we got on here. Tierra Whack. Tierra Whack is really good. That's more like hip hop. Again, Jaden, Denzel Curry is really good. Smino, SZA, Isaiah Rashad, DJ Quick. I listen to like some of the old school rap stuff. DJ Quick. So yeah, but lately, if you want to know like my vibes that I've been vibing to lately, there's this playlist on Spotify called Vibes for the Day, and it has like, I don't know if you could see that. Yeah, you definitely can't. It has like a little like what are they called? Palm trees as the cover art. So yeah, that's the playlist that I've been vibing to in the morning, or I'll just listen to like podcasts or something. So yeah. And in terms of like other types of music, like Group Love, Tame Impala, that's like a whole different vibe. Again, I'm into anything. I make playlists for like every hour of the day, so my music taste definitely changes. I like Spotify because they give you like new music recommendations, or they'll make playlists based on what you listen to and what they think you'll like. So I really like that, and that's how I find the majority of the artists, new artists that I listen to. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's basically what I've been vibing to lately. Congrats with all the great content you gave us. You deserve it so much. A girlfriend tag would be nice, but if that's too much, maybe you could tell us what are other things you're interested in, music, etc., and things you would like to explore or learn. I can't wait for your next upload. Have a good day. Thank you, first of all. Second of all, my girlfriend is not with me right now. Otherwise, I would, do a little girlfriend tag. I think there's another question about my girlfriend asking about how we met, so I'll save that until that question. But yeah, I'm sure she would love to be in this video right now. She's like very supportive. I told her about my YouTube like a couple months into us dating, and she thought that was really cool. She thought I was famous, so that was very interesting. Definitely not famous, but it was cool that she took such an interest in this, and she ended up, filming reactions with me and gameplay. So that was pretty cool. I just talked about what kind of music I'm interested in, things I would like to explore or learn. I would like to travel more. I know that's easier said than done, especially right now with this pandemic happening. Travel is basically non-existent unless you are a college kid and you don't care about your health and you just, go travel anywhere. But I personally have not gone anywhere. I didn't mean that as like me going to travel. I meant like my peers, I should say. Things I would like to explore and learn. I want to travel. I want to go on a cross-country road trip one day. I don't know when, if that's gonna happen. That's what I would like to do. I would like to get more into guitar. I've been practicing very like in sections. Like I'll practice maybe once a month for like 4 hours at a time. But with guitar, it's very much about consistency, so I haven't really been doing that. but once I get going, it's muscle memory. So I'll have learned like, what song did I learn? Blackbird by the Beatles, and I know how to play that by heart. That's like the one song that I really know how to play. I think that song is beautiful, and yeah, I would like to get into that more, invest my time a little bit more into that. And I actually have this Harry Potter Lego thing that I got for Christmas that I would also like to invest my time in and do. And maybe I'll hot glue it so that it all stays together. Yeah, so Harry Potter is also another thing I really like. I got some Pez. Harry Potter Pez. That's pretty cool. Now I'm just doing a haul of what I got for Christmas. So yeah. Oh, I also got this cool, if any of you guys watch Adventure Time, this cool little sticker. Aurora got that for me. And yeah, so that's basically what I want to learn. I can't really think of anything else that I would want to learn, like a new skill or concept. But yeah, I would say that guitar, probably. I think that music is like therapy, and so just being able to learn that and really do that and get to a point, get past this plateau that I'm reaching where I get really frustrated that I'm not making progress. I want to get past that and be able to just pick it up and really just freehand it, like freestyle it, and have it be a fun thing, not a stressful thing. And it's not stressful by any means right now, but it's a learning process, again, like anything. So yeah. Okay. First of all, congrats, and I wonder what your favorite movie/TV series is, if you have one. Favorite movie, Interstellar. If you couldn't tell by my YouTube channel background, that is the Endurance from Interstellar. So I really like that movie. The first time I saw that, I was like transported into a different realm, and I think it just stuck with me ever since, and that's just my favorite movie. Silver Linings Playbook is also another movie that I really like. I can always watch that movie. I could literally quote that movie if you wanted me to. I also have a list of movies that, like, my favorite movies. Interstellar, I didn't even realize Silver Linings Playbook is number 2. So number 1 I have is Interstellar, Silver Linings Playbook, The Dark Knight, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Empire Strikes Back, Inception, Arrival, This Is the End, Pineapple Express, Alien, Booksmart. Booksmart is another movie. I need to move Booksmart up on the list. I think it might replace The Dark Knight. I think that Booksmart might be my number 3. I saw that movie 6 times when it came out in theaters because I saw it the first time, and I said, oh my god, this is great. People need to see this. And then I forced my friend to watch it with me, come back with me. Then I took Aurora with me, actually. That was our first date. And then I took my other friend, and then I took my mom, and then I took my grandma, and then it was just, I was basically making everybody that I knew see this movie. So for that kind of movie to have such an impact, that means that it had an impact in my life. It means that it was a great movie. So Wonder Woman was the same. I think I saw Wonder Woman like 5 times in theaters. Crazy. Because I saw it for the first time, and I was like, I want to rewatch this, but I want another person. I want to see their reaction to it. Again, large reason why I watch reaction videos and why you guys probably watch me. Like, you watch something and you digest it and you're like, wow, this was great. But I want to see a certain person watch it for the first time. There's something about watching somebody else watch it that is just as enjoyable as watching it that first time. So, yeah. I talked about what my favorite TV series were prior in a previous question, so, yep. Congratulations, Carly. Also, Vikings Season 6B trailer. Yes, I did not watch it. I do not watch trailers. I do not want to be spoiled by anything, so I did not watch that. I watched it once Vikings actually came out, and I watched, because I'm on episode, like, as of this moment in time, I'm on episode 14 of Season 6, so I was like, you know what? I think it's okay for me to watch the trailer now. Very glad I didn't watch it before the show, because I was not spoiled that Bjorn was alive. So, yeah, I thought he was fully dead. Now, he is dead, but that's a spoiler if nobody has seen that. I'll probably cut that out. Ian said, congrats on 20K. You're one of the best in my honest opinion. Waiting for the 16th. Again, that was Expanse. Thank you, Ian. I appreciate you. Noah said, that's fucking crazy. I remember watching you when you had friggin' 60 views and like 22 subs when you started off with the Vikings reactions, and now you're at 20K. You must pay tribute to King Ragnar, sacrifice your roommate to please Odin. First of all, that is crazy that you've been around since the beginning. I mean, Vikings is when I started everything. So seriously, thank you for sticking around this long. God bless you for sticking around this long, because I don't know how you're doing it, how you're keeping up with my bullshit. I've changed so much since then too, just my reacting style, what I react to, just everything. Everything has changed so much since I started. So to be able to witness that from like a third person perspective, that had to have been crazy. So yeah. And I actually don't live with my roommate anymore. This pandemic has, like many others, forced me to come back home and live at home. So yeah, I actually haven't seen my roommate in almost a full year. So yeah, my roommate is now my dog. Who? She's very much enjoying her time over there. Are you planning on doing any other gameplays, and what made you want to start a channel in the first place? Congrats on 20K. I am planning on doing more gameplays, not too sure what I will be doing gameplays for. Sorry, let me fix this. I was thinking about doing one for God of War 3, but I think I'm just going to play that. Certain games I just want to play on my own time, and I'm sure you guys understand there are some shows that I like to watch on my own time that I don't really want to go through the hassle of reacting to. It's very different. Like, as much as people want to say that there is an authentic reaction, how authentic can a reaction be when you have a camera in front of you? I personally am used to it. I've been into YouTube like my whole life. When I was 12 years old, I was making music videos and skits with my friends, and I've always been very into making stuff and just making content, and I've always been in front of the camera. So for me, it's not really that weird, but at the end of the day, you're talking to a camera like you are sitting watching a show with a camera in front of you. So yes, that is something that you have to get adjusted to. I'm sure you can understand certain shows I like to watch off screen, off camera I mean, and certain gameplays I like to do off camera. So in terms of gameplays in the future, The Witcher 3, that's been something that's on my radar. That's like a shorter game, like a shorter type of game that I would be probably... Can you see what she's doing right now? No, okay. Stop that. Hey. So The Witcher 3, I was going to do Red Dead Redemption 2, the second one, but that is such a long game. You know, I can't sign up for that kind of commitment. So, yeah. In regards to your other question, what made you want to start a channel in the first place? I don't really know. I think well, let me preface this by saying when I was 12, I got my first, well, actually I got my first camera when I was like 10. And it was one of those little handheld ones, and I remember there was this feature on it where you could change the color. Like, you could choose a color that existed in the frame. So let's say I wanted to do pink, and then you can make anything that was that color turn, I'm not explaining this right at all. You can make the entire screen go black and white except for things that were that color. So if I chose brown, it would make everything black and white, and, you know, except for that and like a couple other things that were brown. I thought that was the coolest thing. I would make so many music videos with that. And yeah, and then I graduated onto my next camera, which was like a Nikon or something like that. And I was really into taking pictures. I would bring that everywhere with me, on vacation, on like to school sometimes. Like, I was always that girl that just had the camera with her. I would take pictures, do skits with my friends. Doing skits was so much fun. Every time I hung out with my friends, we would make skits. So yeah, and then I got like my really nice first camera, which was like a Canon T3i, I think it was. And that's when I really started to make stuff, you know, just for like people in my like hometown, or what was my hometown. I was just making music videos and skits, and I had like 3,000 subscribers on my old channel. And yeah, I made like stupid videos. So that time period in my life passed. I still had that desire to make stuff and put it out on YouTube. Like, I was always very into that. I just didn't know what I wanted to do. And then I started getting into watching reactions and watching people react to TV shows, and I've always been very into movies and TV shows and talking about them, and I thought, why not make a YouTube channel where I can talk to other people about that? So at first, I'm sure if you go back and you watched like my first couple of videos, it was really just like trailer reactions or movie reviews. I think I have one of my movie reviews still up because they were so cringy, just so bad. But that was my goal. That was what I wanted to do, was just talk about movies and talk about TV shows and have a discussion about them. So that was the ultimate goal, or that was the initial goal, I should say. The ultimate goal, now I don't really have an end game. I'm just doing this for fun. Again, I've always done this for fun. As soon as it becomes a job and it becomes tedious, it's not fun anymore. So I never want that for my YouTube channel. I've always been very adamant on just doing this as like a side hobby. So yeah, that was what made me want to start a channel. I saw people like Hogwarts Reacts and I was like, you know, I can do this. I think I'm pretty funny. I think I'm pretty entertaining, and I have enough intellectual capability to carry a conversation with a camera. As much as, you know, as much intellectual capability you need to talk to a camera, I had it. So I really wanted to do that, and I thought that I could. And I guess I was right. So yeah. And thank you, by the way, for your comment. Mela said, you are doing great. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Mela? I think that was your name, Mela? Yeah, Mela. Naraya says, you deserve all the subscribers you are getting. You work so hard and your videos are amazing. I just discovered you over these past couple of months, but I can see the effort. You're the channel I've been watching the most lately. I appreciate that a lot. I have seen that I've gotten a new like influx of subscribers since The Haunting of Bly Manor, which is really awesome, and I've seen your comments on a lot of my videos, so I appreciate you for appreciating me. So thank you, Naraya. If you can tell, I'm not very good at like accepting compliments. I kind of just say thank you and I continue on. I'm not really used to getting this amount of compliments, so it's kind of overwhelming, but I do genuinely appreciate the comments and the support and everything, all of that. I do appreciate it, and I do thank you guys, so yeah. Okay. Jenny just said, I finished watching your reactions to Black Sails, a great show, and I rewatched it with you. Can I recommend Netflix's Turn? It's about spies during the Revolutionary War, a great pick if you are into historical fiction. Well, Jenny, guess what? I am into historical fiction and nonfiction. I don't think I really discriminate when it comes to shows. I'm really not into anything. Like, if somebody recommends a show and they say it's really good and I trust that person and what they've recommended in the past, I'm gonna watch that show. So yeah, I'm glad that you enjoyed my Black Sails reactions. That is a great show, and if you guys have not seen that, definitely go watch Black Sails. And I guess I have to check out Turn, about spies during the Revolutionary War. I have not seen that or heard of it, so I'll have to check that out. Thank you, Jenny. Dream Cruiser said, any interest in reacting to Ozark or Breaking Bad? Again, I've seen Breaking Bad. I just rewatched it again with my girlfriend. Ozark I have not seen, but I've heard that that is really good. Maybe that'll be something that I react to. I think Nikki and Steven just finished up reacting to that. I don't know what the case is with future seasons of that, if it's over or how many seasons they've got mapped out, but my dad, oh my god, he raves about Ozark, so yeah, I guess I'll have to put it on my list. That is something that, once I figure out the copyright situation with that, that is definitely a show, along with Lucifer and Killing Eve. That's at the top of my list because I've heard a lot of people say very good things about Ozark, so maybe I'll check it out. Rafa said, do you have any goals or dreams you would like to achieve with YouTube? I don't really have a long-term goal. I think a lot of people measure their goals in terms of subscribers, but I couldn't even fathom getting to 20,000, so I can't even fathom where I will end one day. I think my goals honestly have been accomplished. I have a nice little community of subscribers that I think stick around no matter what content I put out, and they're really supportive and really nice. So I feel very comfortable and very flexible in what I can do as a content creator. I don't really have a goal. I think my far future goal would probably be to do more gameplays and stuff, since I really do like playing games, and just getting my PlayStation 4 last summer, there's an influx of games that I really want to play, and it's just a matter of whether or not I will film them or I'm able to film them, because it is a lot to do. Like, it is a hassle, especially since I have the shittiest Wi-Fi on the planet. I mean, currently I upload my videos while I'm at work. I leech off the work Wi-Fi, so that's really fun. That's how bad my Wi-Fi is. If you couldn't gauge already how bad my Wi-Fi was by my uploading schedule. Are you planning on owning a PlayStation 5 anytime? Probably not. Definitely can't afford that. I just got my PlayStation 4 too. It works fine. It works, you know, I'm not doing gameplay or like streaming as a career, or as, not that people who got a PlayStation 5 necessarily need to do that, but I can appreciate the graphics on my PlayStation 4 without paying for the price of a PlayStation 5. Maybe in a year or two I will have a different opinion. I'll sell my PlayStation 4 and I'll get a PlayStation 5. But for right now, I'm pretty content with my 4. So yeah. I'd love to see you react to Hamilton. I rank it with The Godfather and Black Sails as the best movie, TV show, play. And yeah, I'm curious about what your major is too. I answered this already. Major is criminal justice, criminology and criminal justice. And yeah, I've never seen Hamilton, despite being, I'm not like a theater nerd, but I do like Broadway shows. So I'm very surprised I haven't seen Hamilton. I actually know that In the Heights is being made into a musical. They filmed that already. I'm not sure when that's coming out, but that is something I'm very much anticipating. So I haven't actually seen Hamilton the play, or they came out with the live like movie almost version of it. So like they filmed the show, I'm pretty sure, on Broadway, and I'm pretty sure that's what you're talking about. But no, I haven't seen that. Maybe I'll react to it. Maybe that'll be something that I put on Patreon. I don't know. And if I don't, I'll watch it in my own time, and maybe I'll do a little review on Patreon. Who knows? That is something that I do genuinely like. I like Broadway stuff. So, but I've never seen Hamilton, period. Like, I don't even know the songs from Hamilton. So, yep. Do you have a Twitch channel? I do not. Maybe one day. Your content's always been dope. It was only a matter of time before you hit 20K. Congrats. I've got 2 questions. You've done lots of reactions with other people. When are you going to do some with Marley? I don't want to start any beef between you two, but Marley's been messaging me on her iPhone saying she's... all Marley wants in return is to do some reaction videos together. Oh, you know, I know this is kind of fucked up, but hold on. She is reluctantly back, and I don't know. I've never really asked her to be in my reactions. She kind of just inserts herself into them. She just chills in the background. She loves chilling on my bed. You know, we sleep together every night. She's my buddy. And she's just a good dog. She's just so good. I could actually cry just thinking about how cute and good she is. But yeah, maybe she'll be in some reactions in the future. Yeah. Your other question is, how have you been coping this year during lockdown? Have you learned any new skills or anything about yourself? Have you had more or less time to do things you want? Did you run out of pretzel flips? And what is the first thing you're going to do once the pandemic is over? Well, one thing, while I'm holding Marley, I don't know if any of you are pet owners, but I've noticed that I think I've given her separation anxiety because I'm with her so much, and like we are so connected and so like on routine with each other, that when I leave to go to work now, because I just got a job, I come home and she gets so excited. Like, I think that she gets really sad when I leave. I think she gets genuinely depressed when we leave the house to go to work. So, I don't know if that's true. Do you feel some type of way about that? No? So yeah, she's like very tired right now, so I'm gonna return her. The skills that I've learned are like, I've been like investing in during lockdown, I guess guitar a little bit, painting. My girlfriend painted that, so I've been painting with her. She's extraordinary. I'm not that good. I've invested in decorating my room and really making my room like my safe place, my safe zone, because I'm gonna be living here for the next couple of months / years now. So I really wanted to invest my time into making it like comfortable and nice. So other than that, other projects, I was doing scrapbooking for a certain time. That was kind of fun. Oh, cooking. I didn't mention that. Cooking. I was the worst cook ever. When I lived alone, School, pre-pandemic, I would have like bacon as a snack because it was easy and it was microwavable. You know, microwave bacon. I could just heat it up for 30 seconds. I would just have that as a snack. So now I'm making myself full meals. I'm making like chicken parm every night and pasta and all the good carbs and stuff. So yeah, that's one thing that I've really invested my time and thought into is cooking and baking and stuff. So that's really fun. It's very therapeutic once you get into it, I think, a little bit more. I had trouble multitasking, which is really funny because ADHD, but I had trouble focusing on different things happening in the kitchen at once, you know, like this needs to boil while this is being made and this is getting chopped up. Like, what the fuck? I can't focus on that many things at once. But now I think I got that down. You know, it's very, if you just take your time and you measure things out and do your thing, it becomes like anything. It becomes easier and easier and it becomes almost fun. So yeah, that is something that I've learned in this lockdown. In terms of what I've learned about myself, I haven't really learned anything about myself. I learned that my life hasn't really changed that much. Like during this pandemic, the only thing that's really changed is the amount of times that I see my friends. You know, I'm not seeing them as much, if at all, because everybody's, you know, very concerned about this pandemic. So I've learned that I am very much introverted and I enjoy and I value the time that I spend alone. I do value my time with my friends, but I like my alone time, and I think that this pandemic has really brought that out, both the good and the bad sides of that, both the negative aspects of that and the positive aspects of it, you know, like self-reflection and really becoming in tune with yourself and not relying on anybody else. But also, you do need that social interaction, and I feel like this pandemic has made people who are already inclined to, you know, be introverted or just depressed, social anxiety, whatever. It's really heightened that, and for me, it has definitely heightened that. In the summer, it was a little less because the weather was nice, getting vitamin D, whatever, but as soon as winter came, it got a little bit more intense, at least for me. But now it's good. Now I'm like back in my groove with the reactions and stuff and gameplays, hopefully in the future. So yeah, that is what I would say I learned about myself. I learned that I could function a little bit better alone than I thought that I could. So yeah, if you hear my voice fading, it's because I've been talking for, you know, a long time now. Would you ever start watching anime, or do you already watch anime? And if so, would you consider posting reactions? I just feel like you'd be into anime. You know, my roommate for the past couple years of my college experience shit on anime so much, and then her boyfriend made her watch some, and she was like, I am so sorry that I shit on it because it is so good. And she sent me a list of like recommendations of movies and TV shows that she was watching, and I see a lot of reactors, like big reactors, blind wave normies, they react to a lot of big anime shows. So that is something that I definitely would consider in the future. If not, maybe a Patreon exclusive type of thing. I think that would be something that would be really cool for my channel in the future. Right now, it's not particularly the direction that I want to go in. There are so many shows that just exist and that I want to react to, that I feel are the direction that I want to go in. But if there's ever a time where I have some free time and I want to start maybe a side show, I think that would be really beneficial to do like a main show and maybe a side show, like a smaller show that I do maybe once a week as opposed to maybe twice a week. So maybe that could be anime. So if you're watching this video, what is your username? The One. If you're watching this, drop a comment and give me some anime recommendations. It doesn't hurt. Any recommendations that anybody gives me that I don't already have on my list, I have it in my notes, I will put down in my notes. So if you have any recommendations for movies or anime TV shows, like, let me know. I have never watched a single second of anime in my life, but I'm very open to it. Alright, early congrats for approaching 20K. What's your favorite food? Top 10. Also, if you don't mind me asking, how did you and Aurora get together? And then the last question is, please do a girlfriend tag. So I feel like these are kind of joined in. These are going to be my last questions. And my camera is dying, so I'm going to try to do this as fast as possible. I'm sorry I didn't do this live. It's hard for me, and I also don't know how to work YouTube. I don't know how the live works, and I don't like the idea of questions just popping up very fast and me not being able to take time and answer them and really put thought into my answer. So hopefully you guys are okay with this. It's gonna be long, so yeah. I don't want to be basic and say mac and cheese, but mac and cheese. My mom makes this killer Velveeta mac and cheese, and it is so good. In terms of meals, like favorite meals, I like salmon. Like if make a good salmon, like a lemon butter salmon with asparagus on the side. That is probably my favorite meal. I don't know if I have a top 10 favorite foods. I kind of just like everything. And more so lately, I've been cooking a lot more lately. Anything seafood, I really love seafood. Anything seafood related, I really enjoy. I'm trying to think of actual dishes. Me and my mom made this really good lemon butter chicken the other night. That was pretty good. Anything that you can really make, or just, for me lately, I'll have a craving. I'll have like a recipe idea, or not a recipe idea, a food idea of what I want to eat, and then I'll just look up a recipe for that and how to spice it up. So something as simple as, let's say, ramen, I'll look up a recipe on how to do like a sauce for the ramen. It'll be like a honey miso garlic sauce or something different, you know. I'll try to spice things up like that. So I would say I'll give you my top 3, because top 10 is a little bit too difficult, I think, because I love all foods. I would say mac and cheese, specifically Velveeta mac and cheese, salmon and asparagus, and I'm going to add roasted potatoes to that because that is a bomb meal. And maybe ramen. Ramen is really good. I'll put like a honey miso, like garlic sauce on that, and then do like some sriracha. I do like my spice. Anything Mexican also, any Mexican food. Taco Bell, I know this is so shitty of me to say as I'm talking about cooking like homemade authentic food, but Taco Bell, oh my god, I don't think I could live without Taco Bell. Taco Bell might be my favorite. I might put Cheesy Gordita Crunch as my number 4, because that might be my favorite. Yeah. So yeah, I hope that satisfies your question. And I'm gonna wrap this up by doing, I guess, how I met Aurora. I don't mind you guys asking me about that, because I included her in my videos, so it's very normal for you to want to know how we met. I'm gonna make a long story short. We spoke many years ago. I want to say 3 or 4 years ago. We met on a dating app, and we were supposed to meet up, but I was very inexperienced, very scared, and I ended up chickening out twice. We were supposed to meet up once, and I said I was sick. Second time we were supposed to meet up, we got movie tickets, and I ended up standing her up to that too. I told her I didn't just stand her up. I said I was sick again, and the truth is I was just scared. You know, I was very interested in her. I was just scared. It was a girl. It was my first, you know, real date experience with a girl, so I didn't want to go through with that. Anyways, we stopped speaking after this because obviously she probably didn't think that I was into her. So we stopped speaking for maybe 2 years. And then 2 summers ago, so not this past summer, but the summer of 2019, I was at a Pride festival, and I'm waiting in line, and there was like this fence where it had like a tarp kind of thing going across the fence, and then there was this little slit, and through the slit, it was like a 1 foot long slit, I could see into the festival, and I saw all the tents set up, and there was like 2 tents right by the fence, and then there was like a little cut in between them where I could see further along. So I'm trying to visually explain this, but like, let's say this is the fence, this is me, you know, I could see through to the fence, this is the tent, and then there was like grass in between it. Anyways, I see Aurora walk by in between the tents. As I'm waiting in line, this small little cut, you know, I would only be able to see it from that position in line. So I look over and I see her. I was like, oh my god, I know that girl. And I was like, oh my god, like I spoke to her years ago, and I was too scared. I liked her so much, I was too scared to actually meet up with her, because I was just like a baby. And so we go into the festival, we have a good time, me and my friend, and I'm thinking about her the whole time, like, should I text her? So that night I finally ended up texting her, and I was like, hi, I saw you at the Pride Festival. I was too scared to say anything, but hi. Like, I wanted to go up and say hi to you. And she responded, and the rest is history. We spoke literally every day since. And yeah, she asked me out a couple months later. And yeah, now we are happily married. No, I'm just kidding. We're not married, but one day. Yeah, so that is something a little bit more personal that I didn't think I would ever be sharing with you guys, but I've introduced her into the life of YouTube, so I feel like you guys deserve to know how I met her. So yeah, my throat is actually burning on fire right now, so I'm going to go. I hope this was good for you guys. I hope I answered your questions to your liking. If you have any more questions that I could answer in the comments, like, let me know. You guys know that I answer as many comments as I possibly can. Again, thank you guys for 20K, and I don't know how to end this video, so yeah, as always, thank you guys for watching. Check out my other videos, reactions, gameplays, everything that I do, and I will see you next time. Alright, bye guys.